let's take a walk. Good morning, everybody. I thought I'd come out today. It's a beautiful day. It's like, I don't know, in the low 70s. It's a perfect weather. It was in the high 50s last night. And I just love this weather. This is my favorite time of the year, is to come out here and enjoy this. We had this for a little while and then it got hot again. So we are grateful that it's finally come back, this nice cold weather, and we're able to enjoy this weather today. We'll sit over here by the back because those chairs are wet. It rained last night, which was nice. We've had a lot of dry weather here for the last couple of weeks since the last two storms. And we finally got some really good rain last night, which has been great. So in this video, I wanted to do was an update of what's been going on. And I haven't been posting for a while. It's been a rough couple of months for me because I've been doing so much around here. I'm gonna sit here. So in this video, what I want to do is kind of like get you caught up with everything that's been going on, why I haven't been filming, what's going to happen in the future, what are my plans. It seems that my plans are always changing. Things happen all the time, but that's the way life is. Life changes and you have to adapt. And every time you have a situation that you're under, that God's put into your life, you have to kind of reflect on it and say, why is this situation happening? Maybe the timing is not right. Maybe I'm planning to do something, the timing is not right, but this is the timing. I believe that God wants me to build this house finally. So I want to do a little bit of an update about the house, because I know some of you have been following me about the house, about the build that I'm going to do, and you've been waiting for that. And the reality is that these things take time, especially in places where I'm at. Even though I'm rural, we still have a community here. I don't pay an HOA or anything like that, but there are some deed restrictions within the grounds that I live on, right? So even though I'm one of the only ones that have 3 acres in my community, I still have to follow some of the regulations that they have there. So it's been a journey for me to find my way around this whole build thing without having to build another huge house for a lot of people, because I really don't want a lot of people here. My intention was always to have something through my retirement where I can have a rental near the house, and have somebody like older couple, an older person here, things like that, where I don't have to deal with stress of children, stress with other people. But God had other plans for me, and that is why now I'm building for my cousins this house that they're going to be living in. And I'm going to be in this video explaining to you what all the plans are, but I'm just going to tell you that we had 2 major hurricanes here in Florida. And if you don't think that affects permitting and zoning, it does, because their priorities right now are getting people to rebuild. And my project was in review, and it was not approved because, number one, the file that was sent to me from the architect was not certified, and that was a file that is a file that the engineer sends you that you cannot open. He never sent it to me that way, so that's already been uploaded to the county, the certified copy. That has to be untouched, like you can't even open it. So that one they were able to open. So my process basically is in review for the second time. The first time I also had an issue with the driveway, because in the plans that the engineer gave me to submit, they want to know about, like, there's going to be a driveway over there, and I'm going to show you that in this video. And I don't really want to do a driveway over there now, and I know that's going to delay me. In the future, I may do a driveway for them when they get their cars, but for right now, we just have the main entrance. Sika's over here. Okay, go get your toy. Go get your toy. So that delayed me a lot because we had to go back and forth with this. They call it an apron. An apron is like a piece of cement or asphalt that kind of joins to the grass, so it doesn't look like just grass that you're driving on. But I don't need that because this property is 3 acres. I already have one. So if you're building in a new property, you have to have like a driveway or something. And I don't have that need because I already have that on my property. I have a main entrance on my property. So that situation got finally resolved. And they approved that. They approved that, yes, I don't have to do a driveway on that property. Because I have a main driveway to get onto the grounds of the 3 acres. So right now what they are looking at is the plans for the elevation of the house, because the house is a shed. So it's going to be anchored down, and it's also going to be put on cement blocks. So there has to be a special way of doing that. The anchoring is something that I'm going to be paying separate on, because the guy who's bringing the house, I have to pay him a certain amount to anchor it a certain way. So when he gets here, that's when I pay him that amount of money. Of course, the plans have to show the way that it's going to be anchored when it comes in. All of this is going to be through permits that I have to go through and all of that. So I'm thinking by this week or next week, I will finally know. Hopefully everything will be okay, and I won't need to request more papers from the engineer. Unfortunately, engineers work with different counties, and in different counties and different parts of the counties, everything is different. So, it's kind of like it's a trial run for all of this stuff. But thankfully, I'm able to follow the procedures and write everything down. So when I go out to do something else in the future, another build maybe on that acre or somewhere else, if I buy some land, I will already know what the specifics are, what I need from my engineer precisely for that. So I'm going to take you now on a walkthrough of the property to show you what's been going on here. We've been working on the garden. That's a big thing that we've been changing around. Sorry about that. That's Tika playing with a rock on the floor. But we've changed the garden. We've been working on the garden. It was kind of abandoned this summer. I really didn't do a lot of anything gardening this year because I was so busy, and we had dry spells. We had the hurricanes. After that last storm, my cousin, he set up the circuit breakers for us so that we could run the generator and hook up a couple of lights in the house, keep the fridges going, just basic stuff like that on the generator, so we don't have all of those wires all over the house if we ever have a hurricane again. And then you'll see also coming up, I've also replaced the batteries in my truck camper, and I'm super excited to get the truck camper ready. It's very playful right now. So I'm super excited to start getting my truck camper ready, but it's really hard to get the truck camper ready because I have to do a lot of the seams. Let me show you what's been happening with the truck camper. I have had to put some duct tape. I've had some damage last year when I had my arm broken. I wasn't really doing anything with the truck camper. It was pretty much abandoned last year, and when my friend came, he noticed that some of the seams had split open and water got in. So I'll show you that now. So over here I had some damage, and he re-seamed it for me. I don't know if you can see. I had some water damage here. You can see it buckled a little bit here. He put some silicone and stuff on it for me and got that. But if you see the duct tape, this is what I've had to do this year. In order to get that done, I have to reseal everything. I also have to reseal. Some of these are cracked, and I know water's getting in. So all of this I've got to get done. I've got to get up on the roof. I've already ordered that. The ones for the sides I have, and I also want to paint all of this stuff here. And we got more damage because they're keeping it out of the carport, and that's what I want to do. I want to put it back into the carport. I have some more damage. This damage was really bad. We actually had a lot of wood that was broken off of this area here. Water got in really badly here, so I covered it up, and I have it parked under the back end here. I have it parked under the carport as far as I could get it back, but it saddens me to see it, but I really want to fix it well. So I've got to get under the carport so I can get it out of the sun and get all of these seams done. A lot of my corners up here broke off, and the water just pulls down over the side, and I want to be able to get the corners in as well. I also want to open the awnings and wash those this year if I get a chance to. I don't really use the awnings. So as far as the truck is concerned, let's sit down for that. And I've decided that when I go to Alaska, I'm not going to go in that truck. The truck has the issues with the two cylinders, I think it's called, and they're low compression, and I just don't really trust that the truck is going to make it to Alaska. I don't think the truck is a good truck for the camper anymore. I think I need to get either a diesel truck or a 350 so I can really feel safe. And I do want a 4x4 truck as well, because there are some places that I want to travel to that I'm going to need a 4x4. So I've been thinking a lot about getting rid of the camper and getting myself something different, more type of an RV type van situation. I'm not sure, maybe more in the future I may do that, but I know for right now I'm really want to go to Alaska with this. It's already set up. I've got my solar there. I would like to remove that solar panel, and we are going to use that solar panel for the build. So in case of an emergency, they're going to have batteries, and they're going to have that solar panel as a backup for anything hurricane related. So I'll have the main generator on here at the house, and they'll have solar hookup over there for their refrigerator and for some lights. That's really all they need over there. So that panel that I have there, which is a large panel, it's 390 watts. That's coming out of my camper, and I'm going to get 2 solar panels and put it on either side of the opening that I have up at the camper, so that when I go to Alaska, I can actually lay in my bed and look up and see the stars. It would be so amazing if I can open that again. So these are all projects that I plan to do this winter, but you know, we're waiting for the cool weather. We're waiting for the new carport so we can move this. Or let me say this, even though I get the carport, I still can't move the camper until I have electricity and water hooked up over there, because they have electricity and water over here, and they need to have that over there. So I can't move the Airstream over there until that happens. So I'm ordering a carport that is just the size of this one. It's going to be about 11 feet in the middle. So I'm just going to be able to get this one in. So for now, until I get the electric and stuff installed, because it's all going to be from there and running that way as well, I'm going to have to put my truck camper back there and work there in the meantime until everything gets done, if you understand what I mean from that, because they need water and electric. Once I get everything approved, I can start getting things installed. But it's very frustrating when you're sitting here waiting. It's just very frustrating. And then the hurricanes came through, and then of course we have delays now because they're putting people ahead that have issues with rebuilding. They're putting those people ahead of all the new builds. So hopefully I will get all of this stuff, hopefully by the beginning of the year, but hopefully by the end of the year. I'm hoping that at least I can get some things done here with stuff. So my next plan going way into the future is, because my cousin has a son and he just got married not too long ago. I'm considering putting another thing over there on that acre for them. And the good thing is I have a well back here. When I bought this house came with a well over on this side, but the well dried out, and the people that lived here, instead of deciding to do something with the well, they decided to open the well over on this side, and that's the well that I'm using, that's on that acre. So that house that I'm building is going to use the well as much as I am. This is the old well here, and I've got all of these trees here, and it might be something as simple as breaking some roots up or redirecting this well to another location or something. I don't know. Once I get the professionals to come here and connect the well to the house and do the electric, these are all things that I can inquire from them about for the future, because my plan eventually to put another shed over here on this side here and have them stay there in the future. But in the meantime, they'll probably end up moving into the Airstream back there. My cousins will go over here, and then his son will go back there with his wife into the Airstream. You know, a lot of us make plans for the future. We want to travel, we want to buy an RV, we want to do, but nobody talks about the fact that when you're making plans, lots of times you have to change your plans because it's not the time yet. And I've come across a lot of people on the road that have had that situation where they were planning to purchase an RV, and then I'll go back and I'm like, hey, did you purchase your RV? No, because my mom got sick and I had to take care of her, or, you know, had to move, or I couldn't retire because things aren't well, and financially I can't retire at 62, or I can't retire and I have to work a little bit more, so I can't. So this is the kind of stuff that happens all the time when people make plans to go on the road and purchase an RV, and then they have to put off their plans for the future. Luckily for me, I've already had the experience of traveling in my RV, and I love it so much. I want to go back on the road again and travel a lot. And God is positioning me in a situation where I can do all that, especially when I'm interested in writing stories and being able to do that from the road. So part of the reason that I'm not traveling right now and I'm here is because that part of my life, those plans that I see into my future as I get into my 60s, will be to be able to travel and write books and be able to come back home during the winter time and be able to be here for my friends that I meet on the road during those colder months because they come down to Florida, and be able to provide a place for family to live in and a place for me to enjoy with family when I come. So most likely I will be gone 4 months out of the year, which is the summertime. I've already talked to them about that. And so I don't like the summertime in Florida. I'd rather be up north somewhere where it's cooler. And those are my plans into the future, that I can leave the property to them. They can take care of everything here. They can enjoy living here. And I can travel for 4 months out of the year, and stay out for 4 months and just to travel and do that lifestyle that I love to do so much, but always knowing that I have a place to come back to, knowing that I have a place to come home to, knowing that I have family waiting for me here. And I can't ask for anything better than a blessing that's better, to say that God is giving me all that and all the things that he's putting for me in the future. And I have a wonderful dog to share all of that with. So let me now show you architectural plans that I have for the property so that you can all see what is going to be coming up here in the next few months. This is pretty much the house right here, as you can see. It's got the door and it's got the window. Mine is going to be a little bit wider than this. This one's probably 12. I think mine is 16. They had different options. They had this one originally was what we wanted, but this takes up a lot of space inside the house. So she recommended that I go with this one. They still have the porch here in the front. I didn't order the wood, but they are bringing it with the floor. And we're going to do our own railing system. And I believe this is going to be here because it's got to hold up the top. But the railing system is something that we're going to do ourselves here. So basically, this is what the house is going to look like. As you can see, the railing is not here. I did opt for one window instead of two. This is just a sample when I purchased it. Normally they put two windows here, but I told her I only want one. So the one window is going to be here in the middle. And there's going to be two windows on the side and then one over on the kitchen area. So this side here is the front, and we're going to do our own railing here. And we'll probably end up doing a metal or railing type of railing here. We're not sure yet, but we're probably going to do some kind of metal. And then here is where this is where the kitchen sink is going to be. And over here on this side, this is going to be the bathroom. And then we're going to have one window like this, which is also an exit window. You need to have one in the back so that if there's a fire, you can get out. And that's why this window is so large, because they can get out through there. This is the front porch, which is this area right here. And it's right in here. When you come in here, where there's going to be steps here to get there, which is going to be here. It's going to be a concrete landing or something there. And then this is the door, which is that there. It's going to be one window here. We're coming right into the living room. It's going to be an open floor plan with the living room here and the refrigerator, the sink, and the range is going to be over on this side here. So all of this is all countertops here. They have good countertop there. Then the living room area is going to be here. We've got two windows over here, so they'll have a space to sit here. They can either put a sofa here looking this way, or they could do it the other way. Okay, so then when we come here this way, there's a small utility room here. Was supposed to be for the water heater, but we're going to go with an on-demand water heater. So my cousin is actually going to use this as a utility room, so he can do some of his electronic work from there. From this plan that she gave me, was what we did was we modified this area. We kept the utility, we widened the utility a little bit more, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. But we basically just closed this off here. We closed this off here. We don't want the utility here for the washer and dryer. We actually want the washer and dryer. It's going to be a closet here with bifold doors that open. And this is just going to be a pocket door that closes the utility. It's going to be here. So this is all a wall. And we're going to have a glass door entry over here, because in the future, they'll be able to park their cars over on this side. So we could probably build some kind of like an awning or something there for the cars. Go to the bedroom. What we did change from here was there's that one window over there. And we decided to move the closet to this wall over here so that their bed can be here in the middle, and then they can watch TV and put their TV over here. That's pretty much the only changes that we made. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you stick around to this channel if you want to see all of these things that are going to be happening in the future. There will be a totally different channel for my travels in the future. I decided that this is just going to be for homesteading, and all of the videos that were prior to my homestead videos are all the ones that I did traveling, because that's what got me here to the homestead, was that RVing life that I had fallen into just to find this property. So all of that is going to be on this channel, and then when I go to Alaska, there's going to be a totally separate channel for all of my travels moving forward into the future. So all of that stuff will be mentioned once I'm ready to get that rolling. But for right now, I hope you'll stick around, be patient, and follow me along this journey as I build this house so that it can create my dream life in the future. Thank you so much to this community for following me all these years, for sticking around even though I don't post every week. It's been hard. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, but we are moving forward and everything is chugging along great. So thank you for following me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.